Good afternoon, everybody. Seeing as it's the new year coming, I thought I'd do a special New Year's Eve message where we sit together and we reflect over the entire year that we've had. And so I'm just going to open my book where I made some notes. Okay, so back in January 2022, what were we doing as a band? We were playing Icebreaker Festival. Do you remember that? Icebreaker Festival in Portsmouth? That was a good gig. I always enjoy playing at Icebreaker Festival, and it's always a friendly crowd in Portsmouth actually. Yeah, that was good. An important thing to remember, at this time in the year, we weren't actually signed to a label yet. That'll come up later. So, moving on, February. What were we doing in February 2022? Yes. We were kind of playing around a little bit in the rehearsal room and jamming out some new songs perhaps, maybe something a little bit funky. Yes. And, of course, we were announcing our spring tour. There was that. That was very exciting, obviously, because we love touring. Then we move on to March. What were we doing in March? We just designed a new logo. And because we had a new logo, new merch. New logo, new merch. I remember that. Yeah. Oh, and for those of you that are patrons, you may remember in March I started doing some album breakdowns rather than just song breakdowns. Now, if you didn't catch them, I'll put a link to them because they were quite good. You should check them out, definitely. So what have we got? Oh, April. So obviously, April, the tour began. I do love touring, getting out there, seeing everybody, playing the songs night after night. Yeah, but you know what happened. You know, don't you? The tour was cut short by COVID. We had to cancel 4 dates. The entire band got COVID all at once. First time we'd all had it, but we survived. Everything's fine, We carried on as you do. You soldier on through the COVID, despite there being dates cancelled. Then right near the end of April, as if a little glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel, and right at the start of May, what happened? We got signed to Ripple Music, the label that's going to release our new album. That was a good time. That was just what we needed, I think, as a band at that time, coming out of the whole COVID debacle. Yes, we needed it. And they're a great label. So that was April and the beginning of May, and then to sort of make up, I guess, for some of the disappointment for the tour being cancelled in April, in May we then began working on the summer tour, which was kind of filling in some dates that we'd moved, but also adding new dates to it, including some sort of mini festival performances as well. Then we come along to June, beavering away behind the scenes, working on the album, convincing the label to let us do gatefold, and it's definitely going to be worth gatefold. If you know anything about vinyl, gatefold, absolutely gorgeous. If you guys have got these Paths We Tread, that's gatefold. You know the way it folds out? Yeah, amazing stuff. So now we come to July, where we actually started gigging again, and this was kind of the introductory part to our summer tour, and we played a few little things, like we played Abyssal Festival in Southampton, which is always fun. We always love playing Southampton. We especially like playing the metal shows in Southampton. There's just something about it that works for us in Southampton. Who knows why, but it does work. And then we played our first show that was an official label show. We played Ripple Fest. So we played with various other people. I think it was Ritual King and Cyclona, yes. So yeah, we played with them, and that was our first thing playing with label mates, and it was excellent because it was at the Black Heart as well. Amazing show. One of my favourite Black Heart shows, I think. And then August, we're touring again. So August was absolutely excellent, and within the tour there we also played a thing called Beast Fest, which was good, and there's some footage of that floating around somewhere, I think, so check that out definitely. September. Now things started to get serious about the album. We started to shoot a music video in a field. So yeah, that's still actually being edited, because it turns out that, when you do it yourself, it takes a long time, especially when it's all filmed in 4K, huge files. So yeah, and also the Patreons amongst you will know that I started doing the studio vlog then, which will eventually become a kind of documentary kind of thing of how we made the entire album, but the Patreons get to see it first. Also, we had a show cancelled in September that we were due to play with the Luna, which was quite disappointing because we really want to play with them again. Then we move on to October, playing the Black Heart again, and that was a really good show. I remember that with Our Man in the Bronze Age and Root Work. Yeah, great show, great show. And also, then, just after, we started to book the album release tour. You see, it's just a whole cycle, isn't it? And November we started working on our final show of the year, which was to be the Swamp Show. And then in December we played the Swamp Show, and that's where we are now, December, looking into the new year, looking into 2023. And main thing, obviously, new album coming out in a matter of months. Everything will start be building up towards the new album, so it's all very exciting. Keep your eyes out, and obviously the tour in April. So thanks very much for going through 2022 with me. It was a year that had, you know, its issues, like all years do. We had the COVID thing, but we got through it, and we carried on touring, and we're about to release some new music, so we can't wait. We'll see you guys in 2023. Bye bye.